The March developer update for Dead by Daylight has just been announced, and in the spirit of trying to be a full-time Dead by Daylight creator, I thought we would sit down together and take a look at everything. They say they've got things like Bloodweb improvements, plural, looks like all the people bitching. I'm not going to get into it. Visible terror radius, map updates, healing rebalance. That's an interesting one. 7 perks, 7, I guess, reworks. Killer updates, flashlight cleanup, and the deep rift. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. The Tools of Torment mid-chapter update is quickly approaching, so that can only mean one thing. It's time for another developer update. Yes, daddy behavior, yes. All right, let's get into it. In this series of posts, we will cover some of the biggest changes and additions making their way to the game. In this edition, we'll dive into so this sounds like it's going to be a huge mid-chapter patch. Like gigantic. All right, Bloodweb improvements. Who would have thought that too many blood points could ever be a problem? After our progression overhaul last year, many of you found yourself with a hefty amount of blood points. So many, in fact, that finding the time to spend them before your next match could be difficult. We've seen many suggestions for ways to improve the spending process, or rather just picking just one. We've implemented a few fan favorite ideas. Let's hope that these features will allow you to spend, yes! Bloodweb chain. The first new addition is very simple. Select any node and the game will automatically buy anything needed along the way. This allows you to purchase multiple nodes with a single button press and ensures you get exactly what you want. But as always, the entity is ever present and may consume one of these nodes before the chain can be completed, so plan wisely. Oh, do you mean all of the fucking bitching that happened on Twitter? Oh, why aren't they listening to us? Is actually coming, and you guys didn't shut the fuck up before a thing actually came to live servers? Color me shocked. Automatic purchase. If you're just looking to level up your character quickly and cheaply and don't care what you get, the new center node for the Bloodweb is perfect for you. Selecting this node will automatically purchase items until the current Bloodweb has been completed. This will prioritize the cheapest option available whenever possible, so you may want to manually purchase anything of interest, such as perks first. This can also be used to on partially completed Bloodwebs, allowing you to grab anything you've got your eye on first. To ensure that players familiarize themselves with the contents of the Bloodweb, this button will only appear once the character has been prestiged for the first time. That's I don't like this. I don't like this because if I'm just trying to prestige a character in order to get like their perks, I don't want to wait till Prestige 1. That defeats the purpose. So I would really like this to not be there. Everything else, though, let's fucking go, man. Press to buy. By default, you need to hold down the button to purchase a node. While this can help prevent misclicks, sometimes you want to watch the blood points fly from your pockets at an alarming rate. This new option is for you. When enabled, pressing a node. Let's fucking go! Let's go! Yeah, exactly, Fizzy Pop. As far as survivors are concerned, I think. Visible terror radius. Terror radius is an integral part of the game, both warning survivors about the approaching killer, activating multiple perks. This can make things difficult for our deaf of hard of hearing players. Me. I feel special. You recognize me behavior, senpai. There's no visible representation of the terror radius's strength, forcing them to use perks which work in the terror radius as an alternative. This is, of course, not ideal. We'd like for everybody to be able to use the perks they like and not be forced to have one access a core part of the game. Yo, Shadowborn rework win? Yeah, let's not do that, Fizzy Pop. They brought it to us. Let's not be like, oh, it took them so long, though. Like, I'm not down for that. Let's just praise them for what they've given us. And that's what needs to... Yeah. I hate it, dude. When fucking Dowsy did that shit, dude, that shit pissed me off so much, dude. Visual tater, all right. When enabled, okay, all right, let me see here. When enabled with the accessibility options, a heart will appear in your survivor's chest whenever the killer's terror radius can be heard. Lullabies will also appear as a haze in their chest. This heart will become more vibrant and beat more intensely the closer the killer comes. If your character is ever off screen, an indicator will appear if the terror radius is heard, signaling that you should look at your character to see the current state of the terror radius visual feedback. For those who may need it, the heart will also be affected by color blindness settings to ensure it is adequately visible, bro. Let's fucking go, dude. This option will not provide a competitive advantage compared to the usual audio terror radius and will respect any terror radius perks, add-ons, and powers. In other words, if it's a stealth killer, this isn't going to work. You still need to use Spine Chill for stealth killers. But you know what I mean? So this is really good. I like this. Oh, they're updating Autohaven. Let's take a look, baby. This update will feature balance updates for 2 Autohaven record maps, namely Blood Lodge and Gas Haven. Blood Lodge can be a bit of a mixed bag depending on how the map generates. There can be plenty of safe pallets near the center or very few, creating a very safe area or dead zone. This area also has very few line of sight blockers, which can make it difficult for stealthy killers to sneak up on survivors around the edge of the map. On the other hand, features several maze tiles, high walls with a pallet and or window. Clever survivors can combine these tiles to create stronger loot, making them very difficult to catch. To remedy this, we are making significant layout changes to the map. The Blood Lodge itself will now appear closer to the center of the map. Oh, that's interesting. Breaking up the line of sight and separating some of the safer loops. The maze tiles have also been separated from one another, making it more difficult to combine them together. I like this. I like this. I have said for very long that even though every map in the game is survivor sighted, more maps need to lean more to a center shot. I don't mind the fact that maps have to be survivor sighted because that's the resources for the survivors to, you know, live. But when you input things that make it basically impossible to catch a survivor who has even the slightest inkling of what they're doing, it makes for a very frustrating time, and it's something that's just not fun. Gas Haven. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Gas Haven features unique car piles which stretch several tiles long. These special tiles can get in the way of gameplay, making it difficult to traverse the map. Chasing a survivor around these walls of cars can also waste a lot of time if they start the chase with a significant lead. Going forward, these car piles will be broken up into smaller single tile chunks. These car piles will also feature potential spawn locations for pallets, helping more pallets. Dude, more pallets just hurts me. Let me get some water, chat. I'm really hoping they take a look at the pallet spawning in this game, because pallets spawning right next to each other is starting to become a real problem. The Gas Haven station itself has also been moved closer to the center of the map, since this makes the building much easier to get to from anywhere on the map. We've reviewed its spawning rules to prevent strong combinations of windows from spawning to adjust it, and adjusted its pallet spawn locations. Okay, so basically they're moving to this idea on practically every map where the main building is closer to the center, which is fine. That's how it should be. Throughout the realm, some of these changes will spill over into the remaining Autohaven Records map, including the new edge tiles, small tiles that run along the map's boundaries, some of which include new gameplay, such as possible pallet spawn locations. Oh, goody. There's no better way to avoid being put on the hook than healing your injuries. Even if the killer is relentless, an extra health state can buy your team more time to work on generators. Having easy access to quick and plentiful heals can cause problems, particularly for highly skilled survivors who can evade the killer for quite some time. An emergency med kit alone can heal damage done after a long chase in roughly 10 seconds. This doesn't even begin to factor also to the perks and add-ons, which can speed up healing furthermore and grant heals before your med kit is depleted. For killers, this means that any chase that doesn't end with a hook, even if they manage to damage a survivor, can be completely undone in a matter of seconds. Keeping the survivors injured, switching targets, and often wise decisions. With this in mind, we can have a few changes in store for healing to make this more practical, okay? Healing will now take 24 seconds by default, previously 16 seconds. That's insane. Dude, with Sloppy Butcher, that's gonna make it take like fucking 30 seconds. Dude, even as a killer main, I don't agree with 24. Yeah, 20 would have been fine. 20 would have been fine. Dude, Sloppy Butcher's gonna make a heal last a whole 30 seconds. That's crazy. Rebalance medkits across the board. All medkits will now have 24 charges by default. Oh, interesting. Allowing 1 heal before they are depleted. Wait, they're all gonna have 24 regardless of their rarity? Oh, that's crazy. Look at these, chat. Okay, so nerfed. You can no longer heal yourself at increased speeds with a fucking green medkit. Nerfed. Nerfed. Oh my God. Dude, medkits are no longer gonna be that strong. Dude, just like Sloppy Butcher, that's all you need. You just need to put Sloppy on. If they're mangled, oh my God. Okay, lastly, we have done a pass on medkit add-ons. We're bringing those which are overperforming the line with the rest. Add-ons which add more charges to your medkit have also been reviewed with the new healing time in mind, though it is now impossible for a medkit to fully heal a survivor more than twice a match. That's insanity. Oh my God, dude, you're no longer gonna be able to heal effectively. So wait, so when someone else is healing you though, does it still take 24 seconds? What did it used to take? Oh, that's insane. Perk updates. Fun. All right. Gearhead. Gearhead currently reveals the aura of the next survivor to hit a great skill check after a survivor loses a health state. These conditions require quite a bit of work and luck on the killer's part to get value out of it. You are correct. Gearhead will have a slight rework. When a survivor loses a health state, Gearhead activates for 30 seconds. While active, any survivor who hits a good skill check will have their aura revealed to the killer for 6, 7, or 8 seconds. Still not that great. This allows Gearhead to potentially provide information. Oh, it's anytime they hit a good skill check over the 6, 7, or 8 seconds. Okay. And it's anytime they lose. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. You pair that with lethal. That's 10 seconds of aura reading every time they hit a good skill check within 30 seconds. So working on a generator, healing, going in pig box, snapping out of madness. I'm scared to read this, to be honest with you. Overzealous. Overzealous grants a repair speed bonus when cleansing a totem and a larger bonus when cleansing a hex totem. Little did we know that the skirmishes this would cause between Boone lovers out there. Moving forward, Overzealous will also activate when blessing a totem. I said this when I was using Overzealous for the Adept, is that it should also count as blessing a totem. And they've increased the bonus 8, 9, and 10 from 6, 7, 8. That's good. That's a really good buff. Pain Resonance. This perk has gradually found its way back into the meta. Of course, you've been nerfing every other fucking thing. To address this, we've given Scourge Hook Pain Resonance a slight rework. Oh, Lord. This perk starts with 4 tokens. The first time each survivor is hooked on a Scourge Hook, explode, and lose progress. We've also reduced the difference between tiers of this perk. It's token-based, and it's each individual survivor. And it has to be a Scourge Hook. Why is it even a Scourge Hook? It's useless now. You get 4 shots at it, maximum 15%. It has to be a Scourge Hook. They also don't scream anymore. They took out the scream, so you can no longer combo it with Deadmans. They killed Pain Resonance. Holy shit, they gutted it. It's murdered. That's crazy. All right, Dead Hard. Though Dead Hard initially fell from grace after the 6.1.0 update, it has steadily climbed back to being one of the most prominent survivor perks. Dead Hard already requires some precision to use, and further reducing the invulnerability window would make it far too unreliable and frustrating, as it currently is. Therefore, Dead Hard has also received a slight rework. Dead Hard will activate after safely unhooking a survivor. When activated, press the active ability button while injured and running to gain the endurance status effect for 0.5 seconds. Then become exhausted. Dead Hard will deactivate when it successfully protects the user from damage. This will put a damper on how often Dead Hard can be used, keeping it as a powerful reward. Okay, all right, no, I'm actually not mad at that. I didn't think Dead Hard was all that strong, but I'm actually not mad at them giving it a safe unhook prerequisite, because it doesn't go away when you use it. It goes away when it protects you. The DH rework's going to make Sprint Burst the meta? Possibly. Which means range killers are probably going to enter the meta as well. Call O'Brien quickly rose to popularity following the meta shakeup last year, granting a large increase to the regression rate of generators. It's not uncommon for a generator to fully regress once a survivor is chased away. To tone down its power, we've reduced the original regression speed, the additional, to 115, 120, and 125. Ooh. With medkits being nerfed, I'm gonna read these last two in a second. With medkits being nerfed and them gutting regression perks, gen rushing is about to be a hell of a lot worse. Oh, this is gonna be painful. Oh, it's gonna be so painful to play killer. You're about to watch generators start fucking flying, dude. Similar to Call O'Brien, Overcharge saw a similar rise in power. This perk also increases. Bringing it in line with other perks, we reduced the maximum regression speed to 130, was 200. This would make it take longer for the regression rate to become beneficial, so at the same time, we've increased the starting regression to 85, was 75. Additionally, the penalty for missing the special skill check has been reduced to 234, was 345. This perk has become, Circle of Healing. This perk has become the jack of all trade of healing perks. Not only does it allow you and your fellow survivors to heal without a med kit, but it also increases the speed of healing across the board. Going forward, Boone Circle of Healing will no longer allow survivors to heal without a med kit, so you can't self-heal in Boone anymore. Instead, it will provide a 40, 45, and 50% healing speed bonus to healing others. This bonus will not apply to healing done with a med kit. Additionally, the auras of survivors within the Boone's range will be revealed to all other survivors. Okay, all right, so the idea is to make people more altruistic. So basically what they're trying to do with the med kit changes and the healing changes, with the medkit healing changes and their gen regression changes, they're trying to turn the game into more of a chase-based game over an objective-based, right? So instead of killers patrolling generators and kicking generators over and over again and like abandoning chases, they're making it to where injuring people matters more. But what it's about to be replaced with is a hell of a lot of gen rushing. Toolboxes and perks like Prove Thyself, the new Thalita perk that whenever you guys finish repairing, it gives you like a 45% speed increase for like 30 seconds or something. Like all of those are going to start making their way into the meta as killers are having to move toward chasing people more. So this is going to be an interesting meta shift. Killer updates. Starting with the mid-chapter, we'd like to include a bundle of small tweaks to various killers in the updates. There will be a smaller scale reworks that we've done in the past, focusing more on the number of tweaks, more significant changes. Larger reworks are planned. Okay, let's see. Oh, the Hillbilly. Don't worry about them overheating. We've adjusted the Hillbilly's overheat mechanic to be more forgiving. It needs to just be taken out of the game, but sure, we'll go with it. The amount of heat generated from both starting to rev and continuing to rev your chainsaw has been dramatically reduced, making the overheat mechanic almost a non-factor. Then why don't you just take it out? When it's used in loops and over short distances, much akin to how he used to play. Just as before, heat will begin to dissipate as soon as the chainsaw sprint ends, meaning most of the heat generated from the short sprint will already be gone by the time your chainsaw is ready for another attack. The amount of heat generated while chainsaw sprinting, on the other hand, has been increased slightly. That's fucking stupid. Though the changes above will help counteract this, longer sprints will cause your chainsaw to overheat quickly, so be careful not to overheat in an empty corner of the map. Last but not least, we've toned down the doom engravings and death Why? Bro, Billy is already in the shitter. He's already dog shit. He requires hundreds of hours to use properly. You do not need to nerf his add-ons. Behavior, man. I am trying to be on your side, dog. You don't need to nerf. He needs to be buffed. He is crap. He is only useful in the hands of people who quit their jobs, never touch grass, and dedicate their lives to playing him. He does not need nerfs. The John's medical file increases the pig's crouched movement speed. Yeah. This add-on hasn't been performing very well. Yeah. So we've decided to nerf the pig. All right, you cheeky little shits. Increase this add-on's movement speed bonus to 10%. That's still not enough. 15% probably. But this isn't that, like, pig needs so much fucking more. Pig needs so much fucking more, dude. The Oni. 2 of the Oni's add-ons, Blackened Toenail and Bloody Slash, allow him to move faster while absorbing orbs, losing less ground in the process. These add-ons weren't performing as well as we'd like, so we've given them slight movement improvements. They will now increase movement speed by absorbing by 0.4 and 0.7, was 0.3 and 0.6. Okay, I don't play the Oni, so I couldn't tell you. Alright. The Nightmare Sheep block and Unicorn block add-ons inflicted blindness on survivors who trigger a Dream Snare or Dream Palette. These add-ons aren't doing so well, so we've increased the duration of the blindness status effect for each of these add-ons by 30 seconds. What were they before? 30 and 60? So what, 60 and 90? That's not bad. I won't be using them, but that's not bad. The Executioner Scarlet Egg add-on increases the duration of the Killer Instinct inflicted by Rites of Judgment by 1.5 seconds. This doesn't provide much value since the Killer Instinct only updates its position periodically. You're right about that. To make it more meaningful, we're increasing the bonus to 3 seconds. Executioner needs an add-on overhaul in general. Freddy needs more than Pig? Yeah, it does. But I am working on a how to fix video for Pig, so... The Clown. The Redhead's Pinky Finger add-on can be incredibly powerful. Sometimes. Allowing the Clown to instantly down a survivor after hitting him directly with a bottle. I swear to God, you are not about to nerf a skill shot expose. Bring on. Going forward, this add-on will reduce the maximum by 3. It's going down. Oh my fucking God, dude. Dude, it's a skill shot exposed hit. You know how difficult it is to hit that damn bottle? You have to practically be breathing down their fucking necks. This wasn't needed, dude. The Clown didn't need to be nerfed. The Clown did not need to be nerfed. This is almost completely pointless. No, there were so many other problems with Freddy besides these fucking add-ons. You didn't need to nerf Billy. This is not meaningful. I'm disappointed with these. Listen, healing speeds, listen, the meta shakeup with the perk and healing changes, cool. I'm down for it. I can't wait to see how it plays out. The fucking map changes, cool. The accessibility options, I will suck your dick. This, all of this is, I hate this. I hate all of this. Moving on. Bright light interactions removal. Oh, okay. When Dead by Daylight was first released, only 3 killers were in the game. It wasn't unreasonable to bring into a case in case you faced off against the Trapper or Flashlight to burn the Wraith when it was a 1 in 3 chance. But as the killer roster has grown, these mechanics have started to feel out of place. The majority of killers do not have any interaction with survivor items, leading to ones that do feel unfairly punished by something that is beyond their control. In the past, we removed the ability to sabotage the Trapper's bear traps to alleviate this issue. Wait, what? Used to be able to sabotage? How the fuck does that work? Like, make them, like, he couldn't reset them? Dude, that's ass. I'm glad they removed that. In this update, we'll be removing flashlight interactions with various killer powers. Since some of these actions aren't very well known, we'll quickly run through each of them. They're taking out light burn? Oh! Yes! Oh my God, let's fucking go! Haha, no more light burn! No more light burn! You can't burn off the crows, bitch! Okay, arguably the most impactful, flashlights have long been the sole counter to Hag's phantasm traps. Not only could they reveal the aura of nearby traps, but shining a flashlight at the trap would destroy it. Removing the flashlight effect from Hag's power is a little trickier, since it would leave survivors with no option but to set off a trap and risk the Hag teleporting to it. To ensure this doesn't make the Hag too oppressive, we are adding the ability to wipe away a phantasm trap. In order to do so, survivors will need to spot the trap, crouch over to it to avoid setting it off, then perform a several second long action to clear it. Okay. While this will allow all survivors to clear traps, it will now be much more difficult and time-consuming to do so. Additionally, this prevents a survivor with a flashlight from destroying the hag's trap mid-chase. Okay, so hag buff. Basically, if flashlights can be used against their killer for their power, they got buffed, which is, I'm good with that. Okay. Last year, a deeper level of the Rift was revealed, allowing players who had already reached tier 70 to go above and beyond and continue progressing to earn alternative versions of outfits. Starting with the Tools of Torment mid-chapter update, this Deep Rift will feature unique visuals to better differentiate from the bonus Deep Rift tiers from your regular Rift. As for tomes, you may notice a new trend emerging wherein most recent chapters' lore expanded in the following tome. It's no coincidence this is something we'll be doing for all original chapters moving forward. This will allow us to expand further and the most recently introduced characters' lore in a more natural and exciting way. Licensed chapters, meanwhile, will be the exception for this, while we would love to expand upon their stories, as we have done in the past for the likes of Ghostface and Bill Overbeck. Licensed characters come from franchises of their own and their own stories to tell. Therefore, the tomes followed licensed chapters may feature existing original characters instead. And if you're waiting to learn more about your favorite character from years past, don't worry, they won't be forgotten. Older characters will be featured throughout the new tome as minor characters. With that, we've reached the end of the developer update. Public test build for the Tools of Management will be open next week. Look forward. So by the time this video goes live, I'm filming this on the Friday, so it'll probably go live sometime tomorrow. I will say that overall, I'm 50-50 on this, right? Lore hounds obviously love the Deep Rift, which is fine. I do like the fact that light burn has been removed and flashlights countering your hero power has been removed. That's really good. I do not like the killer changes for the most part. I think I saw like one or two, like basically it felt like them putting band-aids on problem killers. I've done full rework videos for Hillbilly and Freddy, and I'm going to be doing a full rework video for the Pig and the Executioner's add-ons. So there's a lot that needs to be done. They ended up nerfing Clown, which didn't need to be nerfed, and nerfing Billy, which didn't need to be nerfed. So I'm not overly thrilled about that decision making. However, the biggest part about this developer update is definitely the accessibility options, but also a huge meta shakeup. By removing a lot of gen regression, you open up the door for a lot of gen rushing. However, with the healing changes and the Circle of Boone nerf, you're going to have a lot more killers able to chase for a lot longer and feel more confident about hit and runs, right? So if you've ever been in a situation where you come up to a generator and there's 3 people on that generator and you hit one and they run off, you have to either chase them or come back to the gen. You can now viably go back to the gen without thinking that that person who ran away is going to just heal in a couple seconds and then run back to you. So I'm interested to see where the meta goes from here. I do like the map updates to Autohaven. That's cool. And again, the accessibility options are the big thing. But to me, the biggest part of this patch is how it's going to affect the meta. And if you're watching this on the YouTube and you want to come join us live on Twitch, I do have the link in the description, twitch.tv/KaiserTheBard. I appreciate you guys stopping in. I normally don't upload on Saturdays, but I do plan to have this video out by Saturday. So thank you for stopping by, and I will see you on Monday.